Right then boys, welcome back to another exciting vlog. You know what we're doing today? You know how we're starting today off? We're putting the recycling out. It's something we never had to do in the other flat. So we used to just have massive industrial sized like skips effectively. You just chuck it in and then at some point whatever company ran the building would get rid of them, and it was great. And now I've got to remember to do it every week. Working from home today because we are getting the internet delivered. This room has about 1 megabyte download speed. We get about 120 in the living room, so I'm getting some more internet delivered, by which I mean I'm getting 2 more routers being sent. I'm going to set up a mesh network, which I'm pretty friggin' excited about, to be honest with you. Plan of attack being we'll then put one of the routers like in the middle of the house downstairs and one in the middle of the house upstairs, and then we'll get a good internet coverage everywhere, which is good. This room isn't too, like, the internet's slow, but the laptops are able to connect to it, and it's a bit slow. But the desktop is slower and it's a really like patchy. It like dips in and out and dips in and out because obviously its wireless card isn't as good as a laptop's is. But I'm hoping to remedy that with some wireless routers. The thing is, the people who care about that market in general is a really fucking expensive market. Like, you cannot buy mesh network routers for cheap. Because the only people who care about that kind of stuff are the kind of people who already pay for fast internet and care about it enough to even notice. So, yeah. First I thought it was just Atlas, but then when I was checking it on my phone and whatnot, the internet wasn't actually that much better on my phone. And obviously my phone's got the best wireless cards around. So, yeah, I decided to go with it. The thing is, obviously, your phone is better at hiding the fact that it's dropping down to like 720p, for example. But the Chromecast in the room next door goes patchy every now and again because of the bloody connection, but not for much. God damn. Otherwise though, I'm sitting here and doing some overtime. Also, yesterday I was working on rendering out videos, which is what I'm trying to do kind of on the right to me at the moment. The thing is, I was trying to do it in this software I used called Shotcut, which is like it's like a free to use piece of video editing software. It kept crashing on me, it's doing my head in. So I've resorted to trying to script it. I'm going to try and script my video edits because I don't edit them. I edit them in camera by cutting or even every now and again trimming the video file myself. All I do is smash them all together and put the little day card at the bottom. Putting the day thing in the bottom right hand corner, I think that might be a little bit difficult to do by this. But I'm going to try my best. I was doing this last night and I had a complete brain fart and couldn't figure out how to get the fucking output pumping out of this FFmpeg thing. And it was driving me up the absolute bloody wall, and it was all because I forgot to actually start reading it, which is a bit stupid, so god damn it. Yeah, so I'm working away now, but every now and again I turn to my right and tinker with that. Otherwise though, this office is still a bit of a mess, so look at that freaking laptop charging cable. I've sorted most of it out, I just haven't sorted out, like the desk is all sorted, but this stuff isn't. Oh my god, this is such a pain in the ass, man. Jesus Christ. It's like this really weird world where if I have one, if I'm trying to like submit something for work through this like fucking SOAP API, which is garbage at the best of times, but it's even worse because like if I have one of these things already, I can update it and I need to populate an entirely different object. If I don't have one, I can create a new one and I have to set up a new one on that object. It's insane. So I've got like 4 times the mappers. So I've got one mapper for like new business entirely, one for a new one when I haven't got one already, and one for one when I have got one already. Times by 2 because there's 2 types of each one. And we're off. That's a really basic render. We'll see how long that takes and how long it runs for, I guess. Let's see what it comes out as. A hoot here, I'm writing a load of unit tests on this, and then a hit run, and then it takes about like 4 minutes on to run all the unit tests, something ridiculous like that. Fucking well, crap. It doesn't take 8 minutes. It says 8 minutes, but it's parallel, so it takes about like 3 or 4 minutes. And then I carry on writing some stuff over here, and so that file I've just generated was lightning quick, but it's 17 gigabytes, because it's literally just the files like glued together. So let's try and put a little bit of compression on there, and we'll roll. And then when that's running, the tests are fast. Woohoo! This is just a push on my, well, firstly it's a push on my laptop, not on Atlas, but to get them all compiled together. What I'm planning on doing is then kind of doing the first bit and then trying to set like a little title on, basically render 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just do a hard copy to smash them all together. So I render each day individually, smash them all into one file, bam, that's my plan of attack. But yeah, it's going well. It's going well, boy. It's actually a lot easier than I thought. I'm not running, I was going to do it in PowerShell, but I thought I'd run it, it's in a .NET Core script stuff, because I know it, basically, and it's fast AF. So, I'm alright with that. Boys, I bottled away from PowerShell, because it'd be too much Googling, you know, it'd take me too long. I need to get a video out today. Although Amazon is fucking about with me a little bit, and making it seem like my delivery might not arrive today. It's estimated between the 13th and 15th. That's not very good. You said today, yesterday. The whole reason I'm here, if it doesn't come today, I'm going to have to send it to a locker or something, I think. God damn it. Make a cup of tea. My poor laptop's been running for about 12 minutes rendering out this video. I probably should have tried it with smaller. No, because I want to know the size. As soon as I know the size, then I can start chopping out things and just start rendering it with just one video clip, effectively. So I'm thinking, what would you do? You'd render it once, put the timestamp on it, concatenate. That's my plan. Well, no, concatenate, as in concatenate and compress, timestamp, concatenate, bam, bam, bam. Live the dream. I'm about to transfer it over to Atlas because it's taking its goddamn time. But it's good to know that I can do it on the move, but obviously it takes some brute. I don't think it's using the GPU, which I think is why it's, there must be some settings I can flick to make it go onto the GPU instead of the CPU. But it's burning out, it's 100% of my CPU. It's using 85%, it keeps like fluctuating around that point. It's just chipping its way through, which is good fun. Yeah, the GPU is not being used at all. So let's have a go, let's Google that quickly. But I need to make a cup of tea and get back to work. It's like GPU acceleration isn't like, I was half expecting some kind of just toggle where it's just like activate GPU acceleration, lol, but that is not the case. You need to like set different flags for different computers because my laptop is NVIDIA and my, ow, yeah, I've already bored with that. We'll see. I mean, like, if it takes Atlas, we'll see how long it takes Atlas to do stuff. If it takes Atlas, the old one in the program used to be about a minute per minute, I think. So we'll see. My laptop I expect to take a bit longer, especially if it's only using the CPU. But we'll see how that goes. Right, I've very nearly finished mapping this thing. I think I've just got to start bubbling through. Oh no, I've done the type converters and I just need to bubble through the actual mappings. But that should be the easy bit in theory. Do you like our table, by the way? I really like this, and Laura sold me on this rug idea, but this is one of my favourite things with this house now. Rookie mistake I made with this, by the way, is it's actually 2 videos. It's the same video twice. That's why it's taken twice as long as it should. I just checked the output file and just to have a look what files it's actually reading, and it's reading all of the wrong ones. Basically does them all and then does them all again because I didn't clear down the file name in between runs. Yeah, dickhead. So that's a good thing. I have to update the script so if the file has shit in it then it needs to wipe it, but beyond that we are laughing. Time for a little bit of lunch. Lunch. And then we will mosey on down, carry on with some programming. I ran the script with just like 3 or 4 video files because I'm going to need to do that anyway. It's not too bad, the encoding's good, which is the one thing. It's going to be like fine tuning how much time I'm willing to spend on encoding versus the size of the file, versus how pretty it looks. But it didn't take too long to do. It's basically a minute per minute thing on my laptop. We'll see how good it is on Atlas in a minute. Thankfully, I don't have to make a sandwich because I would have made it last night. It's one of the things where I hate having to make sandwiches, just in general. Hate it when I have to do it at night, or hate it when I have to do it in the morning before I go to work. But if I've done them at night, I'm always thankful, you know? So I don't come down in the morning and I'm like, oh shit, I need to make one. Or it gets to lunchtime and I'm like, oh shit, I've got to make one. Atlas can churn out the videos a bit quicker because her CPU is a little bit more brutish. But it's basically roughly a minute per minute on Atlas. It depends on the size of the clip. If the clip is quite big, then it's quite difficult. So that's when you first encode it. As soon as it's encoded, it will just fly through and just concatenate effectively. I'm just going to figure out now how to automatically generate the title and how to put that on the screen for a certain amount of time. which is what I'm going to do in a minute, but I'll just come downstairs because it's so fucking hot upstairs that I'm like, I can't take it anymore. Combination of the sun swinging round into that office and like, well, effectively 2 computers kicking out. This kicks out a shit ton of heat anyway, let alone Atlas. I'll come downstairs where I can open this little patio door and live the dream. I'm sure you guys have basically seen everywhere in this flat now. House now, but I'll still give you a proper tour probably next week, because then we're getting, the living room should be starting to come together then. So, a company we use, a service we use at work has just sent out like an invite to a webinar on something that's relatively interesting that we want to use. And you have to register and you have to fill out your country in a country list. If that flicker will calm the fuck down. How do you reckon this list is organised? So United Kingdom there, above Grenada, but below Gabon and France. What do you reckon to that, eh? And then down here, look, you've got, wait, where's another, what is that insanity? Western Sahara, underneath Egypt, but above wherever the fuck that is. That is insanity. I'll give you a couple more seconds to guess. It's probably sorted by country code, so GBR, which is why it's in the middle of the G's. But that is not very user-friendly, because I couldn't type U for United Kingdom. United Arab Emirates came at the top, so I was like, okay, so it's UA, so I went to UK to be like, where's UK? United States is obviously, then blew that out of the water because the US was within the US's, the U's. I'm like, so some of them are in U's, but some of them aren't. And I ended up just having to scroll slowly down the list until I figured it out. God damn. Routers have arrived, they found them, which is good. Like I say, Amazon Prime thought that they'd lost them somewhere, which isn't good, obviously, but got these bad boys, so let's get them plugged in and set up, boy! Before I had this set up, Atlas was getting about 1 to 2 megabytes download speed, and it was patchy, so it would just drop out at a given moment notice. Now, up to 80. Everything else in the house is quicker as well. The Chromecast is faster. Downstairs is quicker as well. So basically, I've got... That's the router that I've now turned into a modem. That's the Google Wi-Fi there, which talks to another Google Wi-Fi sat there. And one supplies upstairs, one supplies downstairs. I was putting it in the bedroom, so it'd be just above the living room, but the connection speed was worse. And turns out, I thought potentially like moving it further away from the router will be bad, but I think they communicate over a different channel. So they're like significantly faster at, what am I doing? They're significantly faster at talking to each other than a Wi-Fi router is talking to it. So I don't know how it does that. But moving it into there made no difference to the overall connection. It's really cool. You can actually see like how all the different nodes talk to each other, and it like gives suggestions on how to move them around so that you can see them better, you know? It suggested moving Atlas closer, but it's actually wired. So it's in there, but it's now wired into it as well, so it's beautiful. It's almost like wiring directly into the router down at the bottom, which is great. And from my phone or from the web, I can do a check for how fast its connection is to the outside world, how fast they are connected to each other. So they connect to each other at about 160 megabytes per second, which is insane. Especially considering that I only get like 100 in total. So they must use something other than, obviously. And now I'm just testing it with everything else. And, God, it's great. It's so good. It'll be well worth the money. Fucking hell. 272 megabytes per second. Fuck, is that this laptop? This is my work laptop. It is. Holy shit. And we're calling it for a day. Laura's just like doing a face wash and whatnot. I'm going to brush my teeth. I'm going to tinker around a little bit. We've been shopping, had some dinner, and I've been working on my scripts. So I've got it to the point where I can now pass out all the things I need to pass from the file names to generate the text that I need to smash onto the title screens at least. I haven't got the final output file name yet. But I'll get there. I did all that on my laptop, so I just need to put it onto the computer. It's a bit fiddly, so I just need to make it a bit better. Yeah, so that's what I'm currently doing. It's great fun. I'm really enjoying it. It's a good little pet project for me to play with until I get back into proper programming and proper sleep patterns and whatnot, which I can do soon. So there we go, my first proper test run finished in 28 minutes. And that's that one, that 25-minute file. So it's about a minute per minute. Now I just need to upload that to YouTube to make sure the compression ratios are okay and that YouTube doesn't just chew it up or fuck up the aspect ratio or anything weird like that. And then it's a case of seeing if I can make it quicker. So at the moment it's just running a single threaded process one by one. It might be quicker to batch all of them together and like run 4 of them at once on 4 different cores, all that kind of stuff. But I'm happy with a minute per. That's no slower than the export from the video editor was. I spend 0 time actually doing the editing myself. Hey. Imagine this, right? You're driving along a road, it's a 40-mile-an-hour road, and then there's a patch that goes to 30. There's a car behind me that's like clearly pretty feisty. They want to go faster. I'm doing 40 in the 40 zone. That's cool. In front of me there is visibly about 7 cars. Like literally, there's a gap between me and the car in front of about 3 car lengths maybe at a push. Gets to the 30 zone, I slow down to 30. Car behind, it's a 30 zone for like a couple of 100 meters, if that. We come to the end of the 30 zone, the car behind me overtakes, gets in front of me, and then stays in front of me literally until the point we come into this park and ride. What were you expecting to? Where were you expecting to go? Were you expecting to be able to overtake the next 7 cars as well? Like, what a waste of time! What a waste of time and effort. And I was like, they're going to do it, aren't they? Because you can tell when they're like, when they're really proud in your mirror. Battery's dying. I thought I fixed the wobble on this, but it seems to have gotten worse. I tried fixing it by taking the wheels off and putting them back on again, but I think I've got to go the whole hog and take the whole belt off. Well, guys, final time back at this flat. Say goodbye. Goodbye, flat. One set of keys are there. I've got the other set in my hand. I'm going to post these through the letterbox. This whole excursion took nearly an hour. I had to make 2 trips there and back, because I went there the first time and forgot that I should take a meter reading, and I didn't have the little key thing. You need to open the little box. Barely had enough battery for the first run there and back, and I was going quick because I'm like, I'm just going to go fast and blast this out of the way. And now I've got to get back with minuscule battery, which is why I'm walking up this bit of hill. I think I'll do it, but I also need to at some point take the gears off and change the belts, because I think the belts are what's making it wobble, not anything else. The way back is mostly uphill. It's like very gradual increase. So anytime when I'm accelerating, I'm going to try and push to try and keep as much speed as I can. But then there's going to be some places I'm just going to have to go fast. There are little tricks you can do to get quicker, i.e. get really low on the board to reduce your wind profile and all that kind of shit. But when I'm really low down to the board, that's when I can hear all the wobbly notes. I'm like, it makes me feel a bit on edge, you know. Looking a little bit miserable today, so I'm not sure what the plan is later. I'm expecting to have some kind of picnic after work, I think, because we won a sweepstake for the Formula 1. Woke up, uploaded my first automatic generated video, which is good, which means that the compression is now like fine. I'm happy with that. Just need to render them all out and schedule them, basically. Yeah, that's all set and sorted. And what else? What else did I do? I did something else last night as well. Can't remember what it was. Oh, I need to look at ways of making it a bit quicker. I think it's taking like 10% longer than the video to do, 20% more. So if it's a 35-minute video, it gets like exponentially worse. So like a 35-minute video took 47 minutes. A 25-minute video took 29 minutes, I think. The hard bit is that first pass when it's doing all the compression. The second bit of gluing all the videos together is an absolute doddle. Just had to play with different ways of doing it. Maybe it's better to glue them all together with no compression, put the day tags on, then glue them all. So you kind of like do it in one hit rather than, so you compress in one hit rather than lots of little hits. So it doesn't have to like keep ramping up. Don't know, it's probably minor. Probably got to look at video hardware acceleration and or multiple threads, which I don't think it's running on multiple threads at the moment, to clarify. I mean threads as in threads and as cores. I think it's running on one core and one thread. Today was another one of those days where I literally get less than an hour sat at my own desk. I didn't even have a lot of meetings today, which is the crazy part of that. Yesterday was a shitload of meetings. Today wasn't many meetings, but still had no time. Like tailing the end, I'm at the very last little like niggly bits on my story, but I should be pretty close to merging tomorrow, hopefully. Fingers crossed. What else is going on? Words. After work we had like a team outing thing, which was like a picnic in a park, and we played bowls or bulls, whatever it is. So I was laid back. We had some dinner. It's been plain overcooked. It's a fucking good game. You should buy it. Oh my God. I could recommend it to anybody, unless you have no one to play it with, in which case it's definitely not for you. Now look, I'm a big fan of rain, but what I'm not a big fan of, A, hot rain. It's too hot to wear a coat, but it's too wet not to wear a coat. B, this city, because it's all like stones and like flagstones, and if you stand on one wrong, it flicks and then just flicks water up at you. On the way home, it was way too hot for a coat or a hoodie. God damn. Pretty long day today. Been trying to get something deployed. So I did a walkthrough and picked out a load of other stuff, sorted that, deployed it to the dev environment for be tested, and then he picked up a load of other stuff, and I was just like rapidly trying to go it through in the day. And it wasn't even bugs, it was literally like an entire feature I forgot to have used. I don't really have bugs per se, it's just things I forget to do off the user story, which is probably a sign the user stories are too big, but it was a particular beast. Tomorrow I'm going to be starting something new and exciting. Bit daunting, but new and exciting to say the least. Otherwise, tonight I've been chipping away at this programming thing. I've been trying to solve this problem for a while, and it's one of those things where you chip away at it, and it's just like a minor road bumps, you know? You will see a problem, you're like, okay, that's fixable, you fix it. Oh, that's fixable, you fix it. That's fixable, you fix it. And then, as soon as you get too far in to back out, then those little road bumps get bigger and bigger and bigger until I hit one that's like, I don't think this is possible. I was trying to automatically generate a Swagger client, basically, with a Swagger documentation that is incompatible automatically. Because if you can't do it automatically, then what's the point? But even manually, of me going in and manually updating it, nah, that's not going to work. That is like the worst Swagger documentation I've ever seen in my life. So it looks like we're going to have to go for a different way. But there's no kind of like nougat package or anything. It looks like we're going to hand crank it, I think. Fuck. I don't like hand cranking stuff like that. It's just reinventing the wheel. Why have Swagger documentation if it's... Now I know why. Bastards. I'm going to end this video here, ladies and gentlemen. It's 11, Laura's going to bed. I'm not sure if I'm staying up or not there. I haven't decided. I kind of feel like annoyed at this thing, which is the only reason why I wouldn't be. But, God damn it. Right, thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I'll catch you later. Okay, roll on to the next day, boys. I don't know if it's possible to tell like my kind of mood throughout the week as it just goes vroom. So it just like kind of fucking drops off a cliff towards the end. But yesterday I merged some stuff, fixed a bug this morning. It was like tested in the dev environment and it was fine. We merged it up and it wasn't fine anymore, which was bizarre. But otherwise, we and Laura both came home. We were like, had to cook sausage and mash. Yeah. And we're like, we're not in the mood for this, and we had pizza instead because we're just like, we're done. And it's just been one of them days, I think, one of them weeks, where it's just like, fuck. Roll on some kind of holiday, you know? That is about that. Did anything exciting happen today? I generally don't think it did. Or it's a dumb way to start the next video when I could just end this video to the point where no one watches this bit. Cool. Nah, that's on my offside, you guys can't see. So, the weekend. Laura's family are coming. So I can't imagine vlogs are going to go through the roof. But I've got a bit of work to chip through, which I'm going to get up early to try and do that before they get here is my plan. But having said that, we're both fucking knackered. Oh god. We're struggling, man. We're both struggling. So, right, thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Again, for the second time. I'll catch you later. I've also preemptively fixed 2 bugs with my automated code generator, video generator, which is what I did last night when I said I was going to go to bed, or / didn't know whether I would or not. One of the ones was my regex was ever so slightly wrong, so it got the date wrong. And the second one was if you have a JPEG in the middle of the folder that it's going to scan through, it just fucking hoovers up that JPEG and then it pumps it into the video editor, and the video editor goes, I don't know what happened here. and then spits out a dud file basically. So there you go. I think actually it generates a file that is like not small in size, but about a frame long. I think it's literally just that photo. But anyway, yeah, I thought I'd let you know. Not everyone's perfect. I honestly don't even know why it is. I thought I'd even bother trying to end the video early. So today I was up early, chipping away at work. I wasn't feeling like doing any programming yesterday, so today I got up early, 6:30, sat, did some work until Laura's family came. They came round, we went to go have some lunch, and then they were like pottering in the garden and stuff, and I was upstairs doing some more work, which is good. I'm almost towards the end of it now. What have I got left to do? Really hiccupy today, and also there's like a little fly thing there. I'm gonna kill it. Got it. So it's been doing my editing all evening. So yeah, I did a bit more programming, and then while they were doing that, and then we went out for a meal, and we came back, and they've just got their first ever Uber back to the hotel because we had a drink. We had a bottle of champers to celebrate the move, and we also seem to have 6 bottles of champers. Quite sure how we amassed so much, but all of our normal wine is in there. So. I need to get drinking, so I'm going to pretend I'm going to finish the video today, I'm going to finish it tomorrow. Anything else happened today? Not much, I'm literally just chipping through this work, and then Monday we will get back on it. This week started off quick, didn't it? It's just tailed off. And today's the day that I'm getting the video, ladies and gentlemen, so tomorrow we can hit it hard. I got up this morning, finished the work up that I needed to do before having some breakfast. And then we did a little bit of DIY in the house, and then we headed on out to go shopping for some house shopping. We got some new toilet seats. We know how to live. We're looking for things like mirrors for the bathroom and stuff like that is what we're looking for at this precise moment in time. It's exciting AF. And then otherwise we've just been chilling. Laura's family went home in the evening, and we've just been chilling since, basically, because it's been a long weekend and you need to have a little bit of a rest. Right, I'll get out of the video, genuinely, because tomorrow I'm going to strip the footage off the camera before I go to bed, before I go to work. Interesting week next week because we get some more deliveries to the house. We're going to get a sofa, which I'm excited about. What else? I'm going to finish the wardrobe as well on Tuesday. Happy days. Right, thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you later.